Now, making the ornament, what percentage of the original block was carved away? So, what you need is your loss in volume, because that's how much was carved away. You need to divide that by your original volume, which is the original volume of block. Divide it by, multiply by 100, that is. Okay, now, first thing you're going to do is your original block. Your original block is going to be, it was 24 in height, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's 864.
So it was 24 in height, and it was 6 on the bottom and 6 to the right. So to get its original volume, you multiply 6 by 6 by 24, and you said you get? 864. Now, loss in volume would imply your 864, which is your original, minus, what's the volume of our ornament?
658.19.
658.19. And we're going to multiply that by 100. So all we got to do is get out the calculator. 684 minus 658.19. That's our loss. And we lost roughly 205 centimeters cubed. We're going to divide that by the original 684, and then we're going to multiply this by 100, and that will give me a loss of, what is it, 23.8. 23.8%, yeah, because it says, the question says what percentage, so the answer will have to be given in percent. Is that right, lads?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on, question 4. This one's very important, guys, okay, now let me show you why this one's pretty damn important. Now, the soup tin forms, a soup tin in the form of a cylinder has a diameter of 7 and has a height of 10. The cylinder is constructed from pieces of metal cut from a tin sheet measuring 23 by 18. Which one of the 4 diagrams A, B, C or D could represent the sheet metal from which the cylinder has been cut? Now let's show you what's going on here. Okay, so you have a cylinder. You have a cylinder, right? So there's a circle on the top, circle on the bottom, and it is just basically a standard cylinder, right? Now, what I want you to look at next is, if you were to, it says a diameter of 7, what does that make the radius?
3.5.
Okay, and a height of 10. 10, 3.5. Okay, now, when you unravel something like this, it has to look something like this. We're going to take the circle away from the top. You know, when if you've ever cut open a Coke can from the top, when you take the top circle off, you end up with a circle on the top, you end up with a circle on the bottom, 2 identical circles, yeah? And the middle part will be what shape when you unravel it?
A rectangle.
A rectangle, basically. Yeah? Now, the rectangle, which we'll put here, this big rectangle in the middle, okay? Now, this rectangle's length, do you see the length from here? See the length from here to here? Yeah? That rectangle's length has to be the same as what, guys? The circumference of the circle. Basically that there. Is that alright? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the circumference of the circle, because that'll make the whole thing a bit easier to find out what I'm meant to be doing here. Okay, so circumference of the circle would be what, guys? Its radius is 3.5. So what's the circumference? 2 pi r is the circumference. It's a length, it's the green length. So C equals 2 multiplied by pi multiplied by 3.5. Same thing as 7 pi. What's the length of 7 pi? 7 pi equals roughly 22 centimeters. Would you say that? Okay. So C equals 22 centimeters. Happy enough with that? So you understand that this thing has to be 10 centimeters up and roughly 22 centimeters across. You happy with that? Now let's look up. Can the first one be the 10?
No.
Why not? Because that's 7 centimeters taken away, yeah? This other part? 7 centimeters. Going across, at best, is going to be 9 centimeters. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
So it's too short. It's not. It's bigger. It's smaller than 9 and 22. It's no good. What about the next one? B. What about B? Alright, once again, from here to here is worth 7. That means that one is 16, and this one here is 18. We wanted 22 by 10. Not going to work either. What about the next one? It's almost perfect, isn't it? 18 take away roughly 7. 7 and a bit, probably 8, isn't it? That will leave enough for the 10 centimeters. And going this direction here, guys, we have, anybody? See there? We have 23. 23 is bigger than 22. So we have enough metal here. So the answer is, so guys, diagram D, enough rectangular metal to make a 10 by 22 centimeter sheet. Does that make sense? And and enough metal to make the circles the proper size. To make circles the proper size. There we go. That was 3C and